Alright, how's it going, everybody? This is the first episode of In the Studio. I'm your host, Jake Komla, and before we get started here, I just want to touch base on a few things. First of all, I want to let you guys know that in no way, shape, or form am I promoting illegal graffiti. Anything I talk about in these episodes or anything like that, you know, I'm not telling you guys to go out and vandalize public property or anything like that. But, you know, whatever you do on your time, that's your business, and, you know, whatever I do on my time, that's my business. So, yeah, also, if you guys are using spray paint, you know, I can't stress this enough. Please, 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 wherever you're doing it, make sure it's properly ventilated. If you're like me, I live in Minnesota, a cold state where I can't be, you know, outside painting all year round. So if, you know, you're out in the garage, you know, make sure that you have a door cracked, you know, have a fan going. Go out, pick one of these up. It's a paint respirator. They're like 20 to 30 bucks up at Home Depot. Your health is the most important thing you have, so why, you know, go and throw it away. So yeah, want to get those two things talked about, and now we can get started here. Right now, what I'm doing is I'm working on a sketch for a painting I'm going to be doing of Jack Nicholson. Unfortunately, I don't have all the colors of paint to start the painting right now. I'm kind of waiting on my shipment to come in. With the holidays and everything, a lot of stuff got backed up, and I didn't get a lot of my paint as soon as I would have liked to. But I just checked my email, and I got the tracking number for my shipment, and UPS says it's out for delivery, so it means it should be here anytime now. So I'm just going to keep working on the sketch, and we'll just wait around for the paint to get here.
Take off, so high cannot see Adolf. Now I got these rappers all breaking up a sweat, cause every time I get up on the mic I come correct, and I learned it from the best. Always dressing something fresh, looking for a little dime, big butt and nice chest. Yes, they heard I used to rock, yes, but now...
Alright, well, hopefully that's our paint. Alright guys, so my paint just came in, and a common question I get asked is what brand of spray paint I prefer to use. You know, I really don't prefer a specific brand of spray paint. You know, there's certain brands that, you know, I won't waste my money on, and there's certain ones I'd choose over others, but there isn't one specific one that I only use. Recently, about a month ago, I learned about some guys called Montana. They're out of Germany, and what they are is they're graffiti writers that make spray paint specifically for graffiti. So, you know, if you yourself are a graffiti writer, go check these guys out. They make very affordable paint and very high quality paint. You can check them out at facebook.com/MontanaCans, or they also have a website, I believe. You know, just Google them and check these guys out. So in this episode, that's what I'm gonna be talking about. I'm gonna be talking about different brands of paint, what brand of paint you should buy if you're looking to get into graffiti, and you know, stuff you could just pick up at your hardware store, or Walmart, or Home Depot, or whatever. So let's not just sit around here and talk. Let's actually get out in the studio and do some painting. Alright guys, so we're out here in the studio, and I have 3 different brands of paint here with me. First one being Fast Dry Spray Paint. I picked all 3 of these up at Walmart. Fast Dry Spray Paint was only $1. Second of all, we have Krylon and then Rust-Oleum. Both of those range from about $3 to $4. So yeah, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to test each of these out and kind of see how they react, and give my input on which one I think is best if you know, you're starting out first getting into graffiti. Alright, so I got all my paper laid out here. I'm going to go ahead and try out the Fast Dry Spray Paint here first. Alright, so it looks like this is probably a water-based paint. Notice how it's running right there a little bit. It also isn't a very deep color, which also indicates it's probably a water-based. Alright, next we're going to use Krylon. Alright, so you notice how it's kind of thicker in the middle here. The reason for that is because of this flat tip they have. It's like that on all Krylons. You know, it's better for certain things. I like using them for fills because they cover a large space pretty quickly. But yeah, so that's the Krylon. And last, we have the Rust-Oleum. Spray with it. Alright, so here's each of my examples. These aren't really the best examples, I guess. Out of all 3 of these, I'd actually personally choose the Rust-Oleum. You know, unless you've actually, you know, got your hands on and got to kind of feel how they, you know, work themselves. You know, it's kind of hard to just get an idea by a visual. But let's go back inside, and I'm going to talk a little more in detail about each one of these. Alright, so right behind me here are the 3 brands of paint that I just got done showing you guys. I'm just going to talk a little bit more about them. I'm not going to go into too much detail because I don't want to overload you guys with too much information. But I'll start out with the Rust-Oleum. This is my favorite out of the 3 brands, just because I've used it the most. I've used all 3 of these pretty extensively, so you know, I can give you a good idea of which one's the best. The Rust-Oleum, it's a high pressured can. Also, you've seen with my examples, the Krylon and the Fast Dry Spray Paint. they kind of had almost a gray tint to them. They weren't a true black. All the colors you get with Rust-Oleum are going to be just how the cap shows. They're going to be very vibrant, very deep colors. But yeah, Rust-Oleum is probably my favorite out of the three. A good example is the tag that I have out in my studio. I did with all Rust-Oleum paint. So yeah. Next we have the Fast Dry spray paint. I personally really don't like this stuff. You know, you kind of get what you pay for. It's only $1. It's very runny paint. It's, you know, it's not a very true color. It almost has a gray tint to it in the black. The only nice thing I do like about it is it has a male cap, and with the male cap, a lot of your professional spray paint, this is how it'll come. It'll actually come without a cap, and so you can interchange them. Different caps give you a different pressure of paint. They give you different width and sizes. So it's kind of nice that with the Fast Dry, you know, you could use professional graffiti caps with that, which makes a pretty big difference. Last we have the Krylon. I do like Krylon just because they do give these flat tip caps, which, like I said, are good for doing fill-ins, you know, covering a large amount of space really fast. But other than that, you know, I don't care for it a lot. You know, I'd choose Rust-Oleum over Krylon for sure. When you're doing graffiti. Also, with all three of these, they're high-pressured cans. Like when you get professional graffiti spray paint, you can get different pressures. So the high-pressured are good for doing, you know, putting a lot of paint down really fast. You can get low-pressured cans, which are nice for doing fine details and stuff like that. All of these are gloss paint. With your gloss paint, it doesn't dry as fast as opposed to your flats. So flat paint dries a lot quicker, which is good for if you're doing graffiti, because you're doing a lot of paint on top of paint on top of paint on top of paint. So with flat paint, it dries a lot faster, so you gotta sit around and wait. Also, the darker your colors, the longer they take to dry. So your lighter colors dry quicker than your darker colors. Just kind of something to keep in mind. I'll be talking more into detail about different types of paint and stuff through these episodes. I just want to give you guys a quick rundown if you're first getting into graffiti, you know, which one you should choose. And if you've never done graffiti, I just stick with the Fast Dry spray paint, just because it's only $1, and at first you just want to get down can control. You want to be able to maneuver this and you know, get it to do what you want. So you're going to be doing a lot of experimenting and a lot of trial and error. So you're going to be going through a lot of paint at first. So, you know, why go spend $3 to $4 on the Rust-Oleum if, you know, you don't even know how to really handle a spray paint can yet. So yeah, that wraps it up for this episode. Here's a look at next week's. Alright guys, before we get started today, let me first start off by saying any of which you're going to see in this episode is extremely dangerous and could result in serious injury, so anything you're about to see, don't go and try it, please.